Greetings and salutations, and welcome back to part 2 of session 52. That's a lot of twos. So, the Smalls have arrived at the Conservation Islands. And where you thought you're going to end up on, basically, say, some trams or something. No! You get taken up on some skylights instead. Oh, basically, like,
How long's the trip been so far?
It's about an hour or so.
So for an hour, the entire group is listening to, "Hi, I'm Francine. Hi, I'm Stibbins. Hi, I'm Francine. Hi, I'm Stibbins."
Ridiculous is trying to drown that out while he's explaining the history of the island, of how it's a case of about some 500 years ago, some of the dragons were noticing that some of the species were not favouring too well in the rather exclusive environments going on. So they went to the druid circles, as one does, and hashed out a plan to make sure these animals don't snuff it before their time. And as you travel along in the air, fastened to these seats, it's no question how powered, but Minikuni keeps shouting into a message storm, keep yelling to keep pedaling. You look out and see across the island huge acres of land just dedicated to different enclosures.
Are there any giraffes?
There's no such thing as a giraffe.
Darn.
However, what you see in possibly what old Rickuri was suggesting that checking out is some form of huge oxen beast covered in a lot of fur. We've got the herd is only about 4 or 5 of them, but they're bloody huge to the point of they're about the size that some say elder dragons got up to. Rickuri explains that basically is these are the work beasts, and beasts from the giants have due to environmental issues they were starting to die out, and so enough of breeding stock was brought over to try and save the species, and all the while aliens just try to give some reasoning for how this was wrong, how this should remain the wild. There's also a note that Aiden is stuck in a seat all by himself.
I really wish that Francine would let me rob him.
Well, right now, Francine is very distracted by Stibbins, so maybe you can get away with it.
I'm going to try to rob him again.
Out there in the distance, you can see catch sight of, well, you think you catch sight of what look like crocodiles in the river, but they're translucent. Strange forms of large horses.
Are there unicorns?
Unicorns aren't endangered, despite their best efforts. If anything, unicorns need to be taught a lesson. And then old Willie brings up the story of how someone basically wanted to import a purple worm to the island.
Terrible plan.
They were talking to get stuffed.
0 out of 10 would not recommend. Let's say if you want the island to be broken up into many small chunks.
You see all manner of strange creatures. Some are so small you need binoculars that have been fixed to the chairs. You see some what you would thought of what were basically very, very common creatures like foxes. You swear you spot a few raccoons. One of them appears to be holding a cannon of some sort. When you see it, it apparently looks at you back and just runs a finger across his throat.
I think the raccoons have unionized.
It took them long enough.
Oh, that's just a missile. Don't mind him. If you leave him alone, he'll leave you alone.
I'm gonna hazard a guess here and say that Aiden doesn't have any kind of money on him at all.
I'm not.
He's
not gonna say.
He's clearly a druid and clearly doesn't believe in money. Clearly.
Yeah, he clearly doesn't believe in eating meat. Well, currently, ridiculously, he's enjoying a good ham sandwich.
Mr. DM, we all know that ham isn't a people.
The hammed man witch.
And there's just something in the back of Shifross's mind going, he really wants to get Aiden to eat a hot dog.
I want him to eat the cat ice cream.
Eventually, you come to a tower and you see a very knackered bunch of gnomes just sat on what appears to be a 3-person bicycle, just made for gnomes, just very exhausted at the moment. Take 5, we're checking out the cheap. You then notice the gnomes just perk up and then peacefully start taking bets. It's another 20 minutes or so, just passing through numerous enclosures. You're not sure what's in one of them, but you can feel what's everyone there looking at you. Eventually you reach the enclosure for the jungle sheep. Looking in through the walls. Everything is just... The walls are basically trees that have basically grown into towering fortifications to keep everything into its own little quarters. The little walkways grown into it so you can walk up top and look over and see what's inside. Because of the jungle sheep is very much a very dense jungle with a lot of jungle noises going on. You see the very common jungle species there. And there, amongst the trees, you can see an odd flash of colour. Of reds and oranges. You see some rather large sheep. Standing tall and proud. Very fluffy with a wool. For anyone paying attention along the wall, especially stating, do not pet the sheep.
But it doesn't say do not pet the fluffy cows.
Well, you passed the fluffy cow enclosure, and if you did pay attention, it does specifically state do not pet the fluffy cows. Because in the cows in question are the oxen, they're the size of elder dragons.
But that just means there's more fluff to be pet.
Well, had you voted for basically the horns, you could have gone and visited the oxen instead.
Darn.
And here we have, as the sign states, we have the jungle sheep. Don't let their appearances deceive you. They're not friendly. They are not your humble sheep.
How big are they?
They're medium-sized creatures.
So they're still bigger than most of us.
Yes.
Biggins.
Oh, and speaking of which, ominous. Make your sleight of hand.
Double uh-oh. I should be fine. I've got proficiency in this. Dice roll faster. Do. That is a total of 25.
Francine. Perception check with disadvantage, please.
Okay. Oops, get back here. Da-da-da. 13.
Francine is too busy introducing herself to Stubbins.
Hi, I'm Francine.
Hi, and Stubbins.
Hi, I'm Francine.
Hi, and Stubbins.
Hi, I'm Francine.
It's the elder.
As for ominous, you pull out a very angry-looking honey badger.
Why is that in his pocket?
Did we find a friend for Sir Stripester?
I think we found it. I think we found a friend for Sir Stripe. So
Yay! Now we've just got to get everybody else hitched up because we already took care of Noodles.
The badger gives you your face a good slashing, giving you 8 points of damage. Before
Ow.
jumping out your hand and disappearing back into the shrubbery.
I haven't even started combat yet, and I
Curiosity. Has
haven't even...
has Omnius learned a lesson yet?
No, he hasn't.
Just checking.
You know, we haven't even started combat yet, and he's already down to like in the 60s HP wise.
Well,
It just means I need to hit you harder then.
Oh no! Whatever will I do?
Now, while all this is going on, Aiden had actually slipped away while Ominous was getting savaged, and he was testing the doors, declaring the animals must be free.
all right, we need you to not violate any security ordinances while you're here.
Roll us A straight 20, please.
A straight D20?
Yep.
Oh, boy.
You can roll us a by 20 if you like.
I think this one is an ace 20. Because 1 is the loneliest number.
One is the loneliest number that can do.
Unfortunately, you are too late, and Aiden managed to get the gate open.
I got hit with another honey badger.
Badger.
Where do these badgers keep coming from?
You take 8 points of humidity damage. The gate swings open, and this one solitary sheep trots out.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
It just Aiden backs away, and the sheep just looks around you, just going meh. As another one joins it, and another one. Get them back in the enclosure!
I feel like they're not supposed to be out of there.
Let me check my inventory real quick. Do I... I know just the thing that'll attract the sheep. They're herbivores, right?
You can try.
From my bag of holding, I pull out yet another banana.
Oh, God.
War crimes. Fucking war crimes.
It's not a war crime. It's a perfectly ordinary banana.
What you did to that necromancer was a fucking war crime.
Sheep, get the banana.
Actually, Yuki casts Speak with Animals and calls out to them, "Hey guys, free banana!"
Bring here. Bear, bring here.
No, you come here.
You come here.
No, you come here.
You come here.
No, you come here.
Yuki, tell him this guy is wearing their lunch, and Shifrost pushes Aiden in their direction.
Also, free shrubbery.
Exactly at this point, when the sheep go, oh, I saw this. And basically charges into Cyrano.
Get whoop! Uncanny Doge! I don't have Uncanny Doge, but I can pretend, damn it.
What's your AC?
My AC is 19.
You sidestep the charging sheep.
How big was the door, anyway?
It's a fairly significant door.
10 feet wide, 20 feet wide, 30 feet wide.
It's big enough to basically accommodate what you're planning.
After I deal with sneezing. Okay. Maybe, hang on. Okay, I think the sneezing has stopped. There we go.
Hello, sneezing, my old friend.
I'm kind of limited to a 20-foot cube. But, 20 feet on the side. Basically, in this cube, I'm going to cast Major Image and basically make it look like there's a wall of fire. between the sheep and us. It'll have, I mean, because it's a major image, this will have some sound and it will actually have some heat. It can't deal damage, but there will be heat and flame, and it'll shimmer, and it'll actually look like fire between us and the sheep.
And Yuki basically hears, "Oh shit!" and they charge back into their habitat.
Throws the banana in after them.
I almost throw Aiden back in after them. You forgot your strawberry!
On the way back in, once it pulls away, trying to ram Suno again, hits Aiden by mistake, and just zooms back into the use a pt2, back into the enclosure, where Aiden now begins to look around, gives one of the loudest girly screams you can imagine that is an insult to a girl, and runs in the opposite direction.
Wuss.
So, Chifos has chased the sheep back into the enclosure. Door's still open. What happens next?
I think we should get door closed.
Indeed.
I cast Silent Image to make it look like the door is there so they don't try to escape while we're closing it.
The sheep are too busy lugging it back into the forest away from the illusionary flames, which they still believe is real.
I guess they're not smart enough to be fooled by illusions this time.
Wrong sheep.
Bah.
These are not the sheep gloom.
These are not the sheep you're looking for.
I've been a bit sheepish about this conversation.
Mm.
It's okay, we'll just ram it through later.
Although, some of us might be a little sheepish.
I gotta put the wool over your eyes first.
Look, if you're having problems, it's all on you, man.
Somewhere Kikyo is screaming and she don't know why.
Mm.
With a mighty thud, the doors are slammed shut. You fold the bolts and it's at this point. But equally, but yes, it's a good thing you got away when you did. They're dangerous because they're meat eaters.
So, out of curiosity, did anyone see where the idiot went?
No. Stebbins, did you see where that poor excuse of a droid went? Hi, I'm Stebbins.
Hi, I'm Francine.
I'm Stebbins.
Hi, I'm Francine.
If I didn't promise your mother. Billy pulls out a message stone. It's a specialized message stone, so he can speak a lot more words into the message stone. This is Archdroid Williculi to the base. This is Archdroid Williculi to the base. That idiot Aiden is loose in the park. He needs to find him before he lets anything dangerous out. Besides himself. Report where he is immediately.
I have a feeling next thing he lets loose will not be fooled by fake fire.
Or fake door.
Ugh, no, but it's a good thing only he got hit by the sheep. You see, the sheep have a rather narcotic effect to their wool. You touch it, you see weird shit. You touch it, you see enemies. You see danger. And then you spend your time just wasting your energy while they just wait to kill you.
So if we hear screaming about people having barbecue, we will know where he is.
Knowing him, he's probably having nightmares about a ham sandwich.
But we saw him eat a ham sandwich.
You saw me eating a ham sandwich. Him,
man.
he doesn't exist purely on lettuce. Calls himself a druid.
I know, Druid. That is not Druid.
I would say Druid respects Circle of Life will eat meat.
Indeed. In that true, Stibbins. Hello, Stibbins.
Hi, I'm Francine.
Stibbins, shut up and have a ham sandwich. Ooh, ham.
What is ham?
Ham is the meat of a pig.
Oh.
Specifically, it is the cured leg of a pig.
Fascinating.
If you
So,
wish to know more, you can probably check out the Cook's Hall at the Guild.
Oh, that would be lovely. I would love a tour.
I am not butcher, but I deal with the butchers we do have.
Maybe one day I shall join you in the kitchen.
boss, what? You know that special project? Yes? The idiots found it. Oh no. Please tell me he hasn't got it open yet. No, it's closed, but he's sealed off the area. What did I tell you about security measures? We followed your orders. The security measures are pretty good.
Okay, two things. We should start walking in the direction of Special Project, and two, tell us about Special Project en route.
Special project is something that does not belong in this world. We were holding it until one of the dragons or one of the maid circles got back to us to telling us that we got the means to send it back where it belongs. We were never going to release it. It never should have been released. And it turns out my security measures are good if that pillock has managed to get in there and my people can't get him out. Oh no. Stebbers, this is your fault. Stebbers just still there, slowly chewing a ham sandwich.
Hi, I'm Stibbins.
This session has been sponsored by a ham sandwich.
Aiden is unbanned from Free Ham Sandwich Day. He hates it.
Well,
Okay, oh God. Stebbins, have you got the map? What map? Stebbins, you at least know the way back to the main route. Yes, boss? I'm Stebbins. That's good.
Hi, I'm Francine.
Hi, I'm Stebbins. I need the ham sandwich. Stebbins, take us back to the main road. Hello, I'm Stebbins. I need a ham sandwich. I'm going to take you back to the main road. Shut up.
I want to give Stibbins an ice cream.
A real one.
A real ice cream.
Okay, 2. Ominous. Give us an intelligence roll, please.
Joyous day. Are you smarter than a 5th grader? Yes, he is. That is a. Let me add my multiplier. Da.
Let you add the multiplier. Ow.
Look, I'm running off of like 2, maybe 3 hours of sleep. Give me a little credit here.
So am I, but that still hurts.
Whatever 18 plus 8 is.
26.
26, that.
Stibbons somehow proves himself useful with a bit of coaching for the party. He leads you towards the main road. It only took you about half an hour, but you got there. So how the hell did Aiden get to the special project in about 5 minutes? You don't know.
He's got weird tree magic.
And I ain't explaining shit.
Yeah, by all accounts, it doesn't make any sense.
Thanks, Kronk.
You're welcome.
You find a map. You basically lead the way to. There is actually an area at the centre of the island specified secret projects, the special projects. And at this point, taking out from the station, you'll pull out penny farthings. Basically, those bicycles with a huge wheel up front and a tiny one up back. Get on! We need to get there as soon as possible.
My legs do not reach pedals.
Here, we have extensions. For anyone...
This is going to be one of the most comedy of errors time here. We're all wearing stilts to ride bicycles.
Yep.
In the unlikelihood this has ever happened before, who among the characters has actually ridden a penny farthing before?
There's no way Omnius knows what a penny farthing is, let alone has ridden one.
I was going to say, out of all of us, I think only 2 of us have legs long enough to reach the pedals.
Cyrano has ridden one once. He is not allowed back to that island.
So,
And I doubt Francine has ever seen one.
She starts talking to it, thinking it's another Warforged.
so many terrible things happened last time.
everyone, roll an agility test with disadvantage.
Okay.
Which type of agility?
Dexterity.
Oh, I'm good at that.
Well,
Not that good at that, apparently.
That's a 5.
I rolled a 24, but then I rolled an 8. So an 8.
Let's see. Yuki got, let's see, 7. Francine got a 12.
16.
So we have 2 people that managed, double digits on their rolls.
This suddenly turned into wacky races.
So after about 10 minutes of trying to get onto and falling off, it takes another 10 minutes of you to actually figure out how to ride the things. It takes you about half an hour to reach the...
Shifrost gives up and just turns into a chicken and chases after everybody.
Shifrost wants to keep up with with keep a ridicule rather easily.
By the time we get to him, oh no, Aiden is dead. What a tragedy.
Oh
We
no!
feed his corpses to the fertilizer machine.
I don't think there will be much of a corpse left.
You finally catch up with Aiden. You find the special projects area. With Ridikui's assistance, you are all able to open something you do not expect for basically a druid run operation. The big, huge metal doors. You got 3 sets of them. That is authority lets you get through. You reach the final one. And that's brilliant timing. Especially when we're about to come to the end of part 2. You see the final door as it comes open. Cold clouds come rolling out. Aiden's there yelling, "Come! Be free! Escape your captivity!" And then you hear the ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. As the first of the giant frogs start jumping out of the containment area. Just shaking themselves down, losing the ice that covered them. And then there's a thud as something bigger looms through the door. And on this, we shall bring part 2 to a close. So until next time, don't be an Aiden. Later, folks.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Take care.